Janet Kuypers.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I thought I'd do 2 poems and then ask John to help me do a song for the last one. Because, I should have done this too. Because just recently I have released a copy of CC&D magazine, which both Robin and Tom have a poem in, called The False Portrait. And so I thought, because, I don't know, I'm supposed to give you this. Is it on correctly? No idea. And because I hadn't shared any of these poems with you, I thought I would share 2 that are from this issue for you. And this first one is called Protecting Peace Can Put You in Prison. The first Nobel Peace Prize laureate, Peace Prize, was granted in 1901. The first Nobel Peace Prize laureate to die in prison was Karl von Ossietzky, detained by Nazi Germany. He died in prison in 1938. But there is a new death, do not fear, because it seems that the peace can always be squashed in any millennium. Do you remember the Tiananmen Square riots back in 1989? Or at least do you remember that iconic photo of that student standing in front of a tank? Well, the students didn't battle the Chinese government on their own and win. They had help from Liu Xiaobo. This man, for peace, was revered for his work. But the Chinese government stopped him in 2008 because he was drafting and promoting a manifesto promoting a peaceful political change. And for this, the Chinese government imprisoned him for subversion. Yes, for subversion. This man was sentenced for 11 years in prison. And while in prison, he was then granted the Nobel Peace Prize. During that Oslo award ceremony, they left an empty chair for their imprisoned man of honor. But now the Chinese government bears responsibility not for only just imprisoning this Nobel Peace Prize laureate, but for also that only promoted peaceful policies, but for also failure to properly diagnose and treat his ailments. Because on July 13th, 2017, this imprisoned peace laureate winner died in detention of liver cancer at age 61. And sure, we can look around the room and think that we are nice to other people and that we respect other people. And we may think as we look around the room that other people feel the same way toward us. And it's wonderful to surround yourself with people like you, who think like you, who cushion you from anyone who may think differently. Because once you stay in your bubble, everything seems fine. But it's only when we see those who choose to fight, those who are trounced upon and downtrodden, only because they support a peaceful coexistence, that staying with supporters is seldom the solution. Peace with the ones you choose to know is one thing. Peace with your mortal enemy is another, when others decide that you are at fault for some unknown reason. So, maybe the key to promoting peace is not to share our ideas with those like-minded souls you're near, but to find the people you are least like, religiously, racially, politically, and just extend your hand, and then see who will come and take your hand. This one, I love this one. I do. This one's, it's so snotty and uptight and upright or something. I love it for that. This is called On a High Horse Like This. I listened to the hunter from Africa say, "All life is sacred." And he said that after separating a small, thin, non-venomous snake from around a large African hawk-like bird's neck. Because, you see, the bird attacks snakes, but that snake couldn't eat this large bird once it had died, and that would have been a senseless death. All life is sacred, you say, and so I wonder, I couldn't help but think, as a hunter, do you pray for the sacred dead after you've killed it? I mean, I usually don't vocalize when I'm on a high horse like this. And I've had to explain myself to meat eaters that knows these aren't leather shoes I wear. I'm a vegetarian, even though I still have to feign a smile and commiserate with men eating slaughtered animal. Because, you see, I'd look like a fool for having beliefs. People don't want to hear an idea or a moral decision choice that was different from their own. I mean, we're Americans. If it's not human, or maybe a dog or a cat, eat it. It's that simple. But I married a hunter, a man who served our country, and he told me that every time he killed an animal, a part of him felt a regretful twinge of pain when he killed his prey. The prey he searched for with a weapon that he could use before anything got close enough to be an enemy. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting on my high horse again. Oh, it's convenient that people can get their kill from a grocery store without getting any blood on their hands. Anything to make stop people from thinking about what they're actually doing. Because I've heard that killing something makes you feel something. And I thought, the point's to make you think. That was all for that one. That was the end of it. I just picked off so much of what, and I thought. And for this last one, because this cover, which has, as I said, poetry from Robin Barrett, as well as Tom Woodruff. By the way, I have a proof copy, an additional one, if anybody would like them. They're only $10, and I've got an extra copy that I'd love to get off my hands if anybody would like poetry from these great people and stuff. Let me know. But because this is called The False Portrait, and it is a picture of a woman painting, a picture, so you can see it, sorry, with a picture and a painting of Michael Stipe on it. If there are any millennials here, there's a guy from REM. Sorry, I photographed him planting a tree. But I figured because I've got this cover with him that I would do a song with John from REM, because he recently bought a mandolin. And I'm like, what? And so I thought, I only know one off the top of my head, and it's from REM, so maybe we can do You Are the Everything. Yeah, I'll have to find it, but yeah, for sure. Sometimes I feel like I can't even sing. I'm very scared for this world. I'm very scared for me. Eviscerate your memory. Here's a scene, you're in the backseat, laying down, the windows wrap around to the sound of the treble and the engine. But all you hear is time stand still in travel. You feel such peace and absolute. The stillness still, it doesn't end, but slowly drifts into sleep. The stars are the greatest thing you've ever seen, and they're there for you alone. You are the everything. I think about this world a lot, and I cry, and I see the films and the eyes, and I am in this kitchen. Everything is beautiful. She is so beautiful. She's so young and old. I look at her and I see the beauty of the light of music. Voices talking somewhere in the house. Late spring and you're drifting off to sleep with your teeth in your mouth. You are here with me. You are here with me. You have been here. everything. Sometimes I feel like I can't even sing. I'm very scared for this world. I'm very scared for me. Eviscerate your memory. Here's a scene. You're in the backseat, laying down. The windows wrap around to the sound of the travel and the engine. All you hear is time stand still and travel. You feel such peace and absolute. The stillness still, it doesn't, but slowly drifts into sleep. You are here with me. You are here with me. You have been here, and you are everything. For you alone, you are the everything. I should say, if you're hearing me, I want to thank you so very much for giving us an hour and 45-minute set on Thursday night for the week for South by Southwest week to play here a couple nights ago. And thank you, it was awesome, cool, and thank you, and that was great. And I love this place and I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.